Hello everyone, I am Ujjwal, a student of Alma Vita Web Development course. Today I am here to discuss about Module 3 coding problems. So, this is our first problem, power of 2. So, in this problem, we have a problem that I have to tell that this number has power of 2 or not. If I have any number, then I have to check that this number has power 2 or not. So, this is the problem. So, given code was like function is power of 2 with n, it's returning n is less than 0 with or operator and this condition. So with or operator, if we will run this code, this will return if n is less than 0 in negative way, then it will be return negative. So this is the error of this code. So in fixing, we have to fix this problem by using AND operator, because AND operator only returns the value which value has both sides are true. If this condition n less than 0 is true and this condition is also true, then it will be written true. Otherwise, it will be written false and it will be checked that for that. So, in this solution, the time complexity of this code is O of 1 because we are not using any loop, so it will be constant. And space complexity of this code is also O of 1 because we are not using any extra variable or data structure. So this is the final solution of first problem. The second problem is palindrome number. A palindrome number is a number which right in and if we read from right and if we read from left, it is equal. In a string, we have madam word. If we read from right, it will be same. If we will read from left, it will be same. So in number a number which number is palindrome number which is from right to left is equal, left to right is equal. Like we have one to one. If we are reading from left, it will be one to one. If we are reading from right, it will be one to one. So the first approach which is given there. So they are creating a function with the name of is palindrome and parameter of n. So they are creating two variables, duplicate number and back n. And here they are passing the original value. This variable contains the original value on and this variable contains duplicate value. And then we are putting a loop, while loop, and when it will be run until n becomes 0. So we are also creating another variable rem and with this condition and modulo by 10 which give the last digit of that number. Then in this duplicate number we are performing duplicate into 10 plus rem is the last digit of that number, and when they are we are performing a task and it's calling math dot floor and by 10. So this code will give us the duplicate number, and after that we are comparing here if num is triple equal to back and return to, means if this duplicate number is equal to this reverse number, then it will be written as true, otherwise it will be written as false. The time complexity of this code is O of log n, and we are also not creating any extra variable, extra data structure here like array and string anything. So the space complexity of this code is 1. The second approach. So here the second approach using the string if. So we are creating a function is palindrome with the parameter of n. So we are creating a variable let str Here we are passing that n to string. Here we are converting that number in string. In this line, we are converting that number in string. After that, we are also creating two pointers. One is a left pointer and another is a right pointer. Left pointer has equal to 0, which has the left, and right from str dot length minus 1, which starts from right. Then we are again creating a while loop and putting that condition left is less than right until it becomes same. Then we are putting a condition if str of left means str of left point is not equal to str of right, return false. If this will not equal, it will be written as false and our loop will be in there. And if this condition is not satisfied, it will be increment the left and also decrement the right until unless this loops becomes 0. And after that, if the condition is not satisfied, it will be written as true. So this is the second approach of this code. And also here is the time complexity of code O of log n and space complexity of the code O of log n. So this approach is not good, but if this approach is good. Now the third question, maximum count of positive integer and negative integer. So here I am creating a function with the name of minimum count, or we are here passing the parameters of nums. And also creating two variables, here negative and here positive. Here I will, in negative variable, I will store the value of negative integers, how many times they are coming, and in positive I am storing the value of positive integer, how many times they are coming. After that, I am using for loop, for of loop, and for of loop for indexing. So after that, I am putting a condition there if num is less than negative, num is less than 0. So if number is less than 0 means the number is negative, then I will increment the value of negative with the negative plus plus. If this condition is not satisfied, then else if number is greater than 0, then the number is positive and I will increase the value of positive with positive plus plus. After that, I am returning math.max on putting their negative and positive. Max method will return me that if negative had more value, it will return as negative. If positive have big value, it will be returned as positive. And time complexity, because here we are using a loop, and then time complexity of this code is O of n. I am not creating any extra data structure, then the space complexity of 0 of 1. And then the next question, minimum sum of 4-digit number after splitting digits. So here, this is my approach. I am using a minimum sum function with the parameter of num and also creating digits and passing into string and converting number into string. And then I am splitting that value so I can perform the task easily, and then I am converting dot map numbers again in number, and then I am sorting that value in ascending order. And again I am creating a variable num1 and num2. If num1 had digits of 0, multiply by 10 plus digits 2, and num2 has digits of index of 1 and multiply by 10 plus digits of 3, then it will be written as num1 plus num2. So this will give me the minimum sum, and after that I am adding num1 plus num2. This will give us the first two characters, and this will give up last two characters. And the time complexity of this code O of 1 and the space complexity of this code O of 1. After there, transition point. A transition point, that means when it will be a transition point will from starting the transaction and return 1. So I am creating a function with the name of transition point with the parameter of ARR. And here I am using a for loop and it loop integrate over array, iterate over array. Then let I is equal to 0, I less than arr dot length and I plus plus, where I am iterating over the array. If array of I is equal to 1, then it will be written I. And if AR of if this condition is not satisfied, it will be written -1. So if we are putting any array here, it will be iterate over there, and after that if arr of I means arr of I is equal to 1, it will be written as that index from where 1 is find. And if the array is not contains 1, it will be simply written me -1. And the time complexity of this code is O of 1, because here a loop is running, and when a loop is running and it will be run over many times according to input. So the time complexity of this code is O of 1, and space complexity of this code is O of 1, because I am not creating any extra data structure here. So this is all about my 5 coding problems. Thank you.